Okay, what we're doing is we're waiting for Luke Campbell to talk. He just won, you can say it's the biggest fight of his career against Derry Mathews. Fourth round, vicious body shot stoppage. Let's listen.
Especially stopping Derry Mathews, you've just been the distance in the world title fight against Terry Flanagan.
I'm very happy, I knew this was going to be my toughest test tonight against Derry. It was a pleasure to share the ring with Derry, and it's a pleasure to be in Liverpool to fight him. And he's a warrior. I don't know how he got up from that first shot, and he did. And I was praying he wouldn't. And then I thought he had him on the ropes. And then the warrior mentality come out and started going blow for blow. And luckily I got him with another body shot and to close the night. But I really respect Derry. He's a great fighter and a warrior, and he's a credit to boxing.
It looks like you were looking for the body shots from quite early.
I look for every shot from here to here. It's just whatever lands. And luckily enough, that the shot just placed sweet in the right place, and took the wind out of Derry.
With a tactic to out-muscle him or out-box him, because he seemed to change tactics as the rounds rolled on.
Derry's a big strong lightweight with a hell of a lot of experience. He's been in the trenches, he's been in the wars. My game plan wasn't to stand and trade with Derry. It was to outbox him, break him down little by little, and for a point to win. But if the shot lands, then great. He tagged me a couple of times in the first round. I started a little bit slow, and I could really feel what was in his gloves.
You're not one to run your mouth off, but are you going to call anyone out now, or would you like a rematch with Ivan Mendy, the one person to beat you?
Yeah, I don't really know the plan. I've had a great year. I've had 3 cracking fights this year and beat 3 top opponents. So I'm climbing the ladder. Like I said, I don't duck anybody. Everybody knows I'll take any fight that's offered to me. And like I said, Derry was a very dangerous fight for me. But I took the fight, and because the British boxing fans wanted it. So I'll sit down with Eddie and discuss the future plan for next year.
Well done, Luke. Very impressive this evening. We'll let you get off.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna stop it right there. Okay, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Just to give you a quick background. Over the last year, I haven't been covering boxing consistently like I have the previous 5 years before. So starting in November, I'm going to be covering every fight. And I'm building a website and a media brand called FightView360.com. If you want to help out, or if you would like to go to Matchroom fights or Hennessy fights or Queensberry fights or any fights over in the UK or anywhere around the world, email me at editor@FightView360.com. But anyway, let's talk about Luke Campbell a little bit. 135-pound contender. He has one of those WBC underling belts. He's 15-1 with 12 KOs. One loss on his record where he looked really piss poor, where he fought Ivan Mendy. Eddie Hearn said that he was going to put Luke Campbell back into that fight immediately for a rematch, but now this is his 3rd fight since losing to Ivan Mendy, and I think that he needs to take that fight, to get that blemish off of his record. For example, he's won 3 good fights against what the fuck is the dude name? Gary Sykes. Then he fought Mendez. Mendez has a very good resume. Remember, you may remember him from those 2 fights with Francis Barthélemy and that one controversial one. And he's fought another couple of people too that I don't remember. But basically, that was a good quality fight for him. And then, of course, he fought Derry Mathews. Derry Mathews just took the 8th defeat of his career. And he kind of reminds me like a UK version of Soto Carrasco a little bit. He will bring a good fight. He can beat you. But at the same time, it's he's only 33, but you can consider him, like old. He's got like a lot of, as I said in another video, he's got like a lot of city miles on him. All that stop and go traffic. And this is You know, I mean, he's been stopped. Wait, how many? Wait. Let me check real quick because I think I'm confusing myself. Okay, yes, I am right. Derry Mathews has lost 10 times, but this is his 8th stoppage. Now, the stoppage was, you know, body shots, and you could see, you know, the first time he went down, he was a second time. There was one knockdown where it shouldn't have been a knockdown, but it was kind of like a head clash. This was in round 3. It was kind of like a head clash, and you know, forearm hit, whatever. It was counted as a knockdown. But Derry Mathews was doing some really solid body work. Now, if you don't know who Derry Mathews is, especially American fans, I've watched many of his fights. For example, he has fights with guys like Gavin Rees. You remember Gavin Rees from fighting Adrian Broner. You know, fights with Tommy Coyle. Fights with, you know, of course, Terry Flanagan twice. You know, and I'm missing a couple of other names. Let me look them up. Let me look it up real quick. Where is it at? It's a couple of names that I'm missing. Oh, yeah, Anthony Crolla. And a lot of people say it's Crolla, not Corolla. No, you got to understand it's my accent. I know that it's it's Crolla. I know that, you know, but people for some reason keep thinking they are correcting me. Yeah, pretty much, you know, Gary Buckland, Gavin Rees, Terry Flanagan, Anthony Crolla, and of course, you know, some can say one of the biggest wins of his career was against Tommy Coyle. But now, you know, people are starting to question, is Derry Mathews done? You know, he seems, you know, like as far as boxing is concerned, a little long in the tooth. Now, he was landing some good body works on Luke Campbell, but really, that was, truth be told, what fight is this? It's a swing fight. Truth be told, that was, you know, really about it. But now I'm wondering, like when it comes to the cream of the crop of the 135-pound division, how can Luke Campbell hang? You know? So right now, I think the smart thing to do is before he goes to on the championship title path, I feel the smart thing for him to do is to get that Ivan Mendy fight out of the way. And therefore, they can build that as a big fight for him and a fight where he can be on his own card in Hull. I heard something about that they're getting their name changed or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking crazy. I just thought I heard the announcer saying something. But I hear that Hull is kind of like the hood. You know? I hear this. I don't know. I'm not from the UK. You know, educate me. Please let me know. You know? I'm learning a lot about like the UK culture, especially over like the last 2 years or so. So I don't know. Also, did you know that Luke Campbell was missing teeth? You know, it's crazy. I guess he must have been like a lot of like street fights. So let's look at the rankings a little bit. Now, of course, you have Jorge Linares, who beat Anthony Crolla for the WBA and WBC Diamond title, I guess. The 135-pound situation with the WBC is kind of confusing, but let me explain it to you. Okay, you have Luke Campbell, who's ranked number 5. You have Jorge Linares, who was made the Diamond champion, because he never lost his title, but he was injured. So therefore, they had Dejan Zakotikanen fight. I forgot who the guy he fought for that title. Dejan Zakotikanen is going to be fighting Mikey Garcia in December, and then the winner of that has to fight the winner of Jorge Linares and Anthony Crolla because of the rematch clause. But Jorge Linares is injured. So when you look at the IBF situation, that's Robert Easter, and then you have the WBO, Terry Flanagan. So I'm wondering, you know, like what route, like basically I feel that Luke Campbell's kind of old, right? You know, how old is he, like 28 or so? You know, he's pretty up there, you know, and it's time for him, you know, to fight for a title. So I say, you know, get the Ivan Mendy fight out of the way, and then get one fight with like a like a big name. You know, for example, if he gets a Peter Petrov, who is the WBA #1 contender, you know, and you got to really keep up with me because it's a weird situation. But basically, for him to be that WBC underling belt, I forgot what it's called. Does he have the WBC International belt or something? Or the WBC Intercontinental? Or something like that. But for him to be that champion, and what I've noticed about thank you, Eddie Hearn. About Eddie Hearn's promotional strategy is he gets his fighters on a title path. So if you see one of his fighters fight for the WBA Oriental National Commonwealth title, then that means he's sending that fighter on the WBA path. They're going to start winning those WBA belts, building up to a world championship. You know, so since he's fighting for that WBC, that means from what we can see from Eddie Hearn's promotional style is that he's going after the WBC championship. But when? You know, and also how does he fare against Jorge Linares, you know, or Anthony Crolla? You know, we got to see how he does in a Yvan Mendy fight. We got to see how he does. I got to listen to this.
Cruiserweight, and you know,
It's BJ Flores. But anyway, I got to go. From T-Street Controversy, this is T-Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live, especially starting back up in November. Please subscribe. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box. And also, you can find highlights to all these fights on my Instagram page, also in the description box. Please subscribe.